Hello and welcome to Cucina Pazzo. Tonight we're going to be making some low carb lasagna, and it is absolutely fantastic. It is one of those meals that I miss lasagna from the minute that I started the keto diet and I started eating low carb. This is one way you can get the same product and still be really happy with it. So today we're going to be using for our pasta is going to be the Palmini noodles. These are made out of hearts of palm. I'll be honest, I've left them out of this dish before. I still like it. You just layer everything, and I'll show you how I go about doing everything. So to make this even a little bit more healthy, I'm not putting ground beef and sausage in there. I am going to be using these alfresco roasted garlic and herb chicken sausages. Got these at Fred Meyer's. I need to be eating a little bit better. They come out smaller, so about yay size. So I would say they're 3 inches. So I'm going to show you what I do in order to make this. And I'm going to make it a little bit differently than how I've traditionally made it. I'm going to be adding spinach to it. So I'm going to show you that process too. I have pre-cooked my spinach. I just cut the bag open, put it in this container, put it in the microwave for I think 7 minutes. It's now cool enough that I can touch it. So I'm going to pan you over to my sink here. I don't know if you can see my sink area here, but in the sink I have a bowl. I've got strainer. You want to get as much juice out of this as you can. So even with this in the package, you can squeeze it. So that doesn't work. It seems like one of the ends popped on it. So spinach, it has a lot of water in there, and it has a little bit of salt in there too. So get a couple of paper towels. I'll try to lift this up so that you can see what I'm doing here. That should be kind of close enough. So just taking some paper towels, giving it a press, pressing out as much water as you can. And there's a lot. You'll be surprised how much water comes out of this and how much you lose by doing this. I don't mind the spinach in there. I think spinach has like a saltier like flavor to me, at least when you cook it. Not so much if you're putting it in a salad. So I don't mind it too much in a salad either. So this was just a frozen package of pre-chopped. Don't have to work too hard. Throw it in the microwave type of package. So, all right, this is still, I don't know if you can see the steam coming off of this. I think you can. This is still pretty hot. You know, give it a toss, give it a press. You'll lose a little bit, but it's worth it. So in this container right here, right there, there is some ricotta. So instead of ricotta means recooked in Italian. So very, very clean ingredients in this product I'm using now. It's the stuff my company makes. So sweet whey, whole milk, sweet cream, culture vinegar, salt. So no carrageenan, no gums or bases. Just so you know, there is quite a bit of liquid in the bottom of this. So, so in this I have about 1.5 pounds. So it's about 1.5 containers you would probably get in a retail container. And to this we're going to add 1/2 cup of, this is a Parm Romano blend. And you're going to find, I'm not going to put some of the stuff in there. Like I'm going to be using sliced mozzarella versus shredded mozzarella. So if I had a shredded mozzarella, you could definitely put it in here. No eggs are going to go into this. This ricotta sets as it cooks. So move this out of the way just to get a little bit more room. So I did use some olive oil on the pans and just brushed them on as best as I could. You could use pan spray. Just trying to be a little healthier. Just wanted to show you that. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic, about a teaspoon. So I use the little pit of my hand, and you're just filling it up till it looks like about a teaspoon size. So we're not building rockets here. So, and then you're going to give this a quick stir. And again, no eggs go into this recipe. You can add an egg if you really want to. If you're using the store-bought stuff, you might have to add an egg. I don't know if it will actually set, but this is going to go in the oven I believe it's at 375. I've got mine set at 350 because I have convection going. And it's gonna go for about 20 minutes, and then we're gonna pull the foil off of it, and then we're going to add some more cheese to it. So I'm gonna show you how I layer this in there. So if you've made lasagna before, you know, I don't do any shortcuts with this. This is what it is. Most lasagnas, people will add ground beef, sausage, that kind of thing. That's fine too. Lots of variations of this. Make sure you scoot down to the bottom on this. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I will layer like sliced sausages in there. With these sausages, I am just going to be adding these to the top of this. I got these little pans here at the dollar store. They're really kind of nice because I can cut like 2 portions out of 1 tin. So, and I've got 3 of them here. So if I move you over here, you can see the 3 I got. Oops. My stand is cattywampus. So I got 3 of them here. That's about what a half pan would be, is that. So this will make about a half pan worth of stuff that I'm making here. So we're gonna start out by putting a little bit of your favorite sauce in the bottom. So probably a couple tablespoons worth. And what I think I'm gonna do, I'll put one of these together, and then I'll show you the end product on these, just to make this film go a little bit quicker. Even though I am making 3 of these, I'll do the other 2 in a minute. So in this bowl, I've got the Palmini noodles, okay? Palmini pasta noodles. And they look like pasta, but they taste kind of like artichoke hearts. So you notice I've cut some in half just so that they fit easier in the pan. So if you want them to overlap, you can. You're just gonna end up with less of the pasta to cover. So alternate these like so. Is that about 3 heaping tablespoons? So if you're a perfectionist like me, you got to get it pushed out to the edges. No, I'm just kidding. This is one of these meals that definitely does not have to be perfect. So we're gonna grab a couple pieces of cheese. Everything's better with cheese. Suppose I can make that fit a little bit better by breaking it. I'll use those later. And then we're going to add a little bit of sauce. Doesn't need to be a ton of sauce between these layers. So this is one of these dishes. I had somebody tell me once that most Italian dishes should be the color of the Italian flag, red, white, and green. This is definitely one of those dishes, but I don't necessarily believe that, but I think there's lots of great Italian dishes that are not red, white, and green. You know, like you look at Alfredo. I love Alfredo. And definitely not red, white, and green. So, like so. That was kind of a big scoop. That's okay. So this is one of those times that cooked spinach I like. Cooked spinach on a plate is okay. It's just not the first thing that I would probably gravitate towards a vegetable. So when you're eating low carb, the reason I'm putting the spinach in there, the reason I'm using the Palmini noodles is that you want the fiber. So if you're eating low carb, it's not about eating nothing but protein and cheese. I mean, that, I guess by definition it does fit that, but that is not what you should be. That's not what your goal should be going towards, is that. So, all right, another piece of cheese. So the fiber, the two things that make you feel full are fat and fiber. So this definitely is going to have some fat to it. And it's definitely going to have some fiber to it. So this will be our last layer that we do here. So notice that the dish tends to get wider here at the end. So this last layer, I'm just going to put sauce over the top. So it looks like I'll have to get some more sauce for when I make the other two of these. So not going real thick on the cheese layers here. Is going to be healthy portions, healthy size portions. This should be healthier than the average lasagna that you would probably get at from the grocery store or from the restaurants that you order from. Nothing wrong with that. All right. And lastly, the sauce. All right. So we're going to cover this up and we're going to cook this in the oven for 20 minutes. We're going to pull the foil off. We're going to put some more cheese on there. We're going to cook it for about another 5 minutes, and it's going to be awesome, and I'll show you some pictures. All right, I got the lasagna plated up. Look at those layers. Turned out really nice. So the salad that I have here, I grew the tomatoes outside and started them in my arrow garden. So these are my arrow gardens. And this one has lavender in it. This one has different lettuce. I literally took some shears, cut the lettuce, put it on the plate. Tomatoes, I went outside, grabbed fresh tomatoes, and they went on the plate. So I made a salad dressing, if you can remember, 2/3, 1/3. So 2/3 oil, 1/3 vinegar. Now the vinegar I used this one, and I used some mirin rice wine vinegar, because mirin is a little more like regular vinegar, it's just sweeter. And I added everything for the bagel seasoning that you get at Walmart. So when you stir this around, you want it to look like it's halfway on there. So see that it looks half and half. There's actually more olive oil than there is the Marionberry balsamic, and then you just give it a drizzle. And it does come out tasting like blackberries. It is absolutely fantastic. I like making the small batches because I don't get stuck with a lot of dressing. And this is really healthy for you. It's really light. And enjoy.